In a room full of glitter, yarn and glue, there's a wild little whirlwind tearing right through. She's got half-knit scarves and decoupled dreams, a hot glue gun and impossible schemes.
Fabrics flying, buttons ring from the sky. She says I'll finish it later, but we both know that's a lie. She's not here for your order, your schedule, your flow. She's a snarky little scribe that we all call Mo.
I glow, leaving chaos wherever she goes. She's the queen of to be finished, but her magic's never diminished, 'cause Mo's gonna craft till the moon's hanging low. Yeah, sassy and snarky and slightly.
Well, welcome back, Craftians, for, a video of the day and kind of a forward movement on our crafting diamond paint video. I do want to kind of work on these, so there is one a day. Yes, I realize it's a bit far away, and this might not be everyone's jam, but I am working hard on these kind of videos, and we will get more zoomed in this next time. But definitely did want to show you more progress, and I really have enjoyed the process of crafting and thinking about, what kind of stuff we can do with the new setup. So I love yeah, the only hard part is that it's really hard to see between the clear, perforated pieces and, what has been removed. So I I must say that there are people that seem to be able to do, like, actual lineups very well. That is not me, but I definitely have really been impressed by the company and the kit. Now, one thing that I didn't like about that particular pen that I'm using is that, the little kind of guard to keep you from digging into your finger kept slipping off or down. So I would get to where it was almost covering the little applicator tip, but that particular pen does light up at the tip. Now, since I have a light table, that's not as necessary, but being a chaos person, I like having all of the pens together. So I have like a gajillion and 12 extra pens. Uh, and I am sure there is a way to tap those. I am sure there is like a way to do this, but I seem to have not gotten the knack for it just yet. There is a nice sort of rhythm that you get into, and I kind of like when see, this is where I'm gonna be brave, and I'm starting to do multiples, but I do like the kind of rhythm you get where it's just a big solid kind of piece of the same color, just because it's it's kinda mindless and, you can do this. I was amazed at the multi now they have a longer multi-picker-upper dealy mabob. I believe that is a technical term, picker-upper dealy mabob. I am not quite brave enough to do that yet. I love that my, trepidation and anxiety can come in so many different flavors, and, for this particular project, it was not being able to line things up and, making a giant mess. But I do like having 2 a multi ready to go and a single one. Look, I am a total rookie to this, so I'm sure there are tips and tricks that if you are a diamond painting veteran, please let me know. Like I said, I will be your crafting guinea pig, but any sort of, tricks of the trade, I am not at any length of the imagination an expert on these kits. So I would love, any tips, tricks, or any ideas. I always find that humbly asking for wisdom is always the best way to go, because people that are very talented and kind have always been willing to share their wisdom with me. So if there's a way that I should set things up or have things so it's easier to transition between colors, or if there's a particular way that you do things, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I like I said, this is definitely not my jam. I have been a dedicated cross stitcher. But I would love to hear in the comments, what kind of craft you're doing today. It is a lovely Sunday. Uh, Unfortunately, and maybe this is more of a personal thing, I always feel a little bit blue when it's sunny and pretty outside. Mainly because there were so many things, just a simple walk that I used to, be able to do, and there's nothing wrong with, sitting inside and crafting on a rainy, Tuesday, but when it's a beautiful, bright, sunny day, and we haven't had a lot of those in the Midwest. If you're near the Indiana area, you know that we've had a prolonged winter, and you finally get a day where you think, "Maybe we need the AC," and your legs or whatever, it just doesn't work out and you're stuck inside. I am so appreciative of, the ability to still do crafting, be productive in a small little way, and get my mind off of things. I don't know about anyone else, but the repetitive kind of mindlessness, it's so relaxing. I think, uh, okay, now to kind of marry in my other passion, true crime, I was definitely watching a bunch of, real interrogation videos on YouTube. So thank you to all of the creators who send out their content, work so hard, to make videos for us to listen to. It definitely has become my go-to. I can learn about history or the Odyssey or, politics all around the world and craft, and it's so cool that, even if my, walking universe is shrinking just a little bit, my brain and my mind is in no way trapped, and that's a good thing to remember. If maybe you're having a day and you're struggling a little bit, I always like to remember that, we can still make pretty things. If you can see in the video where that little plasticky thing is kind of falling down or slipping down, not a fan. But I do think it's pretty cool that there's a pen with a light on the bottom of it, so, you can sell me on anything as long as there's a special feature. And Wibble no, that's not an earthquake, I just had to move my table. My table, I'm actually filming from my bed. I have my own, over the bed table where I can do this and be comfy, which is the main part of crafting. I don't have a lot of wisdom about diamond kits, but the main point of crafting and doing anything is, of course, being comfy, enjoying what you do, and, being able to do it and take your mind off of things. Now, I still if anyone has any wisdom on how to make the gems kind of shake and line up, I did find that I do struggle with that. I don't know if I shake too hard or not enough, and I didn't wanna shake too hard because, my big goal was to, you know, be able to do a diamond kit without losing 99% of the diamonds to gravity and my own disorganization. I think I said this in the other video, but I was very impressed with the stickiness. Now some kits, I don't know if the protective layer gets kinda oxidized in a sciencey way. That's the other thing that I really enjoy about the perforated sections in the protective layer, that you don't pull off any more than what you're working with, and maybe that keeps the glue more gluified. I am letting you in on all of my industry scientific secrets. But that is the video